So I moved up to Martin County. Well, it was interesting. I was a probationary patrolman, okay, and because I had been in the academy and had a degree in criminal justice, and I had the dean's list, I was honored student, I got a letter from the Fort Lauderdale Police Department asking me to come for an interview. And at that time, I had just had a bad experience with my captain, a man by the name of Captain Saxon, where I had written some tickets that were very valid tickets, and he made arrangements for side payment. You know, go in and see the captain, and the captain takes care of it, and you pay your fine direct, and it doesn't go on your record, and you don't get points and all that. And this pissed me off because this one particular one was a woman who worked in the courthouse, and she had almost caused an accident, and she deserved to get a ticket. And because she worked in the courthouse and she knew the captain, everything was cooled. And shortly after that, I got a letter from Fort Lauderdale Police Department asking me to come for an interview. Better pay, better advancement. You know, what they're doing is stealing from the small departments. And I went and I saw Captain Sherlock. And Sherlock says, well, you work over with Bernard Scott. He says, I know Bernie. And why do you want to leave there? I said, well, I didn't want to leave there until just recently. I got your letter, and this is what happened with Captain Saxon. And I told him, I said, I feel this is wrong. I don't want to be involved with a department that goes in for this sort of thing, even though we all know they do it. I'd rather not be involved in this. And he called Scott on the phone, told me what I told him. And because I was a probationary patrolman, Scott said, well, you're not working out here. We'll just get rid of you now. You don't want to play games with the big boys. You know, you don't have a proper understanding of police work and all that. So it wasn't anything that I did overtly. It was just trying to get around becoming involved in small town corruption. And it's the kind of thing that goes on in Georgia a lot, I imagine, with the speed traps and all that, where you go through a little town and they give you a ticket and you go in and you see the chief and you pay in cash and you're on your way. That happens in Georgia, I understand, a lot. Florida, too. Martin County was a situation where my wife's brother was with the Highway Patrol, and the sheriff of Martin County, a man by the name of Baker, had been removed from office by the governor. Well, they had an opening up there because they fired about half the deputies for corruption, along with the sheriff and all his gang, right? And the governor appointed a new man by the name of Crowder as the sheriff, and he had a desperate need for people. And Henry Dean said, well, my brother-in-law just left Wilton Manors, you know, he didn't want to get involved in this corruption. Why don't you go up and hire on with Martin County? So my wife got a transfer her job with Florida Power and Light, and I went up and got the job. My psychological, I'm perfectly healthy, mentally healthy, and normal in every way. There's nothing wrong with me except my environment. You know, living in a prison environment causes a lot of stress. But I've done Minnesota multiphasic personality inventory and all the ones they give you. And the most recent one was in 1990, and I'm mentally, emotionally healthy and psychologically healthy. I have a Psych 1, which is the best you can have. No problems whatsoever. And haven't had any since I've been in. But Sondra can give you a copy of the report by Francis Miller. Chamblee is where I lived in Nashville, but we moved to